I failed hundreds of times. Let me explain. When I was 15 or 16 years old, I started my photography company. And I remember I was around 15 or 16 when I did my first wedding photo shoot, because I literally had to have my parents drive me to the photo shoot so that I could take pictures. Well, something went terribly wrong in that photo shoot that literally messed with my mind for the next 8 to 10 years. That something was, I did the whole photo shoot, everything went well, pictures were beautiful, I knew that I had kind of crushed it, I felt great about it, until the couple wasn't in a rush to head off to their honeymoon, and they said, hey, can we just go ahead and take a look at the photos now? We just want to see them. Me not knowing any better, I would never do that at this point, but me not knowing any better said, sure, well, yeah, that sounds great. So we went back to the hotel room there at the beach where they had the wedding and started to upload the photos. Well, the problem was the photos around halfway uploading just stopped and paused. Now, I had been to Israel just before this photo shoot, and I bought a CF card for my camera in Israel, and evidently it was not made the best. I bought it off the street and because I needed it then, but I used it for this wedding and it failed. The card failed, upload stopped. I shut down my computer, I tried to upload everything, did everything I could. I have their entire family sitting around me wondering why it's not working. I ended up having to say, guys, I apologize. Let me, go home and try to figure this out. I never recovered a couple hundred photos. The good news was it was none of like the crazy important photos from the wedding. I got all the really, really important stuff. It just happened to be some extra photos that we took walking down the beach. But it literally put a fear and an anxiety in me that I would carry for the next 8 to 10, maybe even more years. And I carried it into every big photo shoot I did after that. So now, how does this play into me failing hundreds of times? Let me tell you a quote. I heard a quote that actually helped me fix this problem. And it was, worry is the advanced interest that you pay on a debt that you may never owe. I'm gonna say it one more time. Worry is the advanced interest that you pay on a debt that you may not owe. What I would do before every big photo shoot, whether it be a wedding, whether it be a dance competition, which was a lot of what we did with our career, high pressure, I have to make sure I get the shots. For the day or two before we would leave on every trip, I would lose tons of sleep. I mean, I literally would not sleep some nights before we would travel to these events because I was so afraid that camera equipment's gonna go down, my lighting's gonna fail, I'm gonna miss a really important shot, I'm gonna miss the kissing shot at a wedding, and my career is gonna be ruined, and it's gonna be the worst thing that's ever happened. I failed in my mind hundreds of times, literally hundreds of times. And you might go, okay, that's a little extreme and it's exaggerating, you didn't fail, your business didn't fail, but in all seriousness, it did in my mind. I mean, my mind would play such heavy emotional tricks on me that I was gonna lose photo shoots, my career was gonna go in the dumps, I was gonna get sued because I missed something that I should have. I mean, it was so bad, my anxiety was so bad. Why do I share this with you? It is not worth all the anxiety that we put into starting a business, how our business is gonna go. I mean, so many great ideas are destroyed and they are put to death because of the anxiety of what could happen that probably will never happen. What actually changed this in my mind was I heard that quote, and then two, I started to really think about it, and I thought, I have to fix this. I can't go on living and doing business this way, and here's what I decided. At some point in my career, my camera is gonna fail when I need it to work. At some point in my career, my lighting is gonna stop working, and I'm gonna have to resort to doing something else. At some point in my career, something will most likely go horribly wrong. But you know what? It's probably gonna happen once or twice. And honestly, in the last 16, 17 years that I've been a photographer, I can only think of twice that I had a big issue happen. One was that wedding. Another one, I had a light explode during a photo shoot. And actually it worked out fine. I pulled another light and we made it work. The reality is, it wasn't a big deal. But even if it was, even if there was one horrible, terrible mishap in my business, it would have happened once, not hundreds of times. I treated it hundreds of times like the end of the world. And I lost sleep and I stressed out and I was anxious, and it really messed with my mind for something that may happen once or twice in your whole career. So I just want to encourage you today, whatever it is that's stopping you from achieving your goals or even from starting, just stop. Don't pay the interest on something that will probably never happen. Anyways, that's my little encouragement for today. Don't do what I did. Think about it now. Go crush it. Have a blast.